So I was listening to a podcast that Andy was on yesterday. It's called like the Dopey Podcast, right, Andy?
Yeah.
And Andy said that he said on that podcast that there was a mountain of fentanyl, and
You didn't story before?
No, I did not.
Yeah, tell him.
So Andy was in a bathroom.
No, you already said it wrong. So my friends brought a bag of cocaine to my house, dumped it out into a mountain, and I'm like, when I see cocaine, my eyes light up. I like to drink, do cocaine, and smoke some pot. I'm not doing really any of it right now, but
yeah,
like in general. But but this is like last year. But they laid that mountain of cocaine out. I pushed my two friends into the wall. I pushed them aside and said, watch how you do it, folks. And I just went down on it, snorted all of it. And what she said, it did turn into, it was fentanyl.
Oh my goodness.
I died. Within 30 seconds, I was telling a story, very elaborate. They said I had my hand up even. I was telling a story, and I just plopped over dead. No breathing, purple lips, cold, no heartbeat. Well, they pushed on my chest, and they gave me mouth to mouth. There was two of my friends were there. This, a guy that is young and cute, and this other guy that's just obese. And when I came to, I said, "Wait, so what happened?" And they said, "Well, we had to give you mouth to mouth," and all this. I'm like, "Wait, which one are you?"
Well, you're hoping it was the hot one.
It was the fat one. And I said, "You should have just let me die."
But this is very bad to be doing, right, Steve?
Yes, of course.
I didn't know. I didn't.
All right, Andy, just hold a second. So I want Andy to hear this. That's why I just clicked him off, because Dr. Steve will tell everyone how dangerous this fentanyl is for everyone, even Andy, everyone.
Yeah, fentanyl is dosed in microgram amounts, whereas, say, morphine is dosed in milligram amounts. So it is incredibly potent. There's millions of fatal doses in 2.2 pound brick. And the problem is, this is the issue I have with street drugs. So first off, if you are at risk of this happening, Andy, if you're ever going to do this again, which I would counsel you not to, but if you are, go get some Narcan. Narcan saves lives.
Should Andy have Narcan on tap?
Yes. Yeah. Listen, I tell people, I don't think you're going to. Yeah, go ahead.
Dr. Steve.
Yeah.
If my two friends weren't there when I literally did die, I just would still be dead.
Right.
We know. Go ahead, Steve. Tell Andy. Tell Andy.
Yeah. So, my issue with drugs bought off the street, for example, it wasn't too long ago, I got a prescription from my pharmacist. And inside that bottle, the pills looked weird. So I looked up the number. They weren't what I was prescribed. This might happen one time in 10,000. I don't know what the number is, where either the robot at the pharmacy or the pharmacist puts the wrong pills in there. But there is this chain of possession from the manufacturer to the distributor to the pharmacy. Everybody's got to sign off. And even then, things happen. So if I can't 100% trust my pharmacist, although, that's for the pharmacists listening, they know what I'm saying. If I can't 100% trust that process will work 100% of the time, why would I trust something that I bought off the street from some dude?
Right. No, I would never trust. I can't believe when people say, "Oh, I trust that drug dealer." What?
Right.
Right.
And their intention may be good, but they don't know how many times what they're selling has been stepped on if they're not manufacturing it themselves, which they're not. So I tell people, listen, I don't think you're going to necessarily have an overdose, but I don't think you're going to have a wreck on the way home either, but you should still wear your seatbelt. Or I don't think you're going to choke, but your spouse should know the Heimlich maneuver. So every household in 2022 should have Narcan in it. And,
I agree.
if your next door neighbor is overdosing, you could save their life. That's a moral judgment you'll have to make depending on what kind of neighbor they are. But that, that's between you and your creator. But I still think having Narcan in the home is a great thing.
Gonna take a taxi to the dark side of the city. Don't tell your mommy or poppy.